Today's the day I'm going to finally clean the refrigerator. So I feel good today, and we're going to do it. As we usually do while we're cleaning, we're going to talk about something. And today's topic is how to turn around a bad day. And I looked on the font of all knowledge, Reddit, and found some really good ideas. Actually, Reddit is really good when it comes to these positive topics because you have so many people come in and share their wisdom. So it's more than just one author. Boy, do they come up with some good ideas. But let's get going on this because I've got to do dishes and everything. So I'm going to move you back here so you can see what I'm doing. And I have my microphone on again so you can hear me talk no matter where I am. I'm still using my new camera. Oh, you lost me. I don't ever put these particular bowls in the dishwasher. Oh, I just broke an egg on the floor. It's dirty here. All the floors, just everything. It's amazing how the kitchen will fall apart if I'm not doing anything for even half a week, but a week, I start going, okay, what do I have to do? I don't know. Let's stay focused. I need to put these away, the dishes. Oh, here comes my husband. Oh, okay. He's given me a dirty dish to clean. Meanwhile, we should talk about the things you can do to turn around a bad day, because we all have them. I do. So one of the suggestions really surprised me, but it didn't surprise me because it's worked for me. And it's when you're having a lousy day and you don't feel good, splash some cold water on your face. When I take in my shower, I end it by turning the water to cold. It just perks me up and it makes me feel a little bit better. The warm shower, the hot water, actually kind of brings me down a little bit. I'm sure there's some scientific reason this is true. You might want to think about that. Get a cold washcloth and wipe your face off or splash some water on it. Or if you haven't taken the shower, try that. What is that doing there? I don't know. Oh, now we gotta wash this dish. My husband had some leftovers on it that he gave the chickens. They like that kind of stuff. I don't like to put large bowls in the dishwasher. They take all the room. We've got to straighten out that cabinet over there. It has all the food storage things. Everything's falling out. Just wanting to get the kitchen down to base level before we do this bigger project. Let's wipe off the countertops. Some other things you can do to get yourself through a hard time is kind of get your heart rate going a little bit. Some people will say to do some jumping jacks, sit-ups or something. That's not me. But if you have a staircase, you can walk up and down your stairs, because what we're inclined to do sometimes is just to collapse in a chair and veg out. This is especially true when we're not feeling well. At least it is for me. And so if you do something, that's the next one, just to do something. Do something small and just see how you feel after that. I mean, if you're really not feeling well, you could do something that does let you kind of sit in your chair, like maybe you have photos to go through. You could make a list of things you want to do on a hard day. Kind of like, it's my plan, I'm prepared. That when you're having a hard day and you're having a hard time thinking, you don't have to think. You don't have to figure it out. You want to do one successful task, even if it's something really simple like put a dish in the dishwasher, put some dirty laundry in the hamper, wipe off a counter. You don't want to make it anything long or involved. That could discourage you in the end. And then I loved this idea. This is a good idea. Put on a different outfit, because so often when we're having bad days, we are wearing just really kind of messy clothes. And let's say we have a bad day at work, come home and put something on that is both comfortable and cute. And just see if that kind of lifts your mood a bit. I had never thought of that. And I thought, that would be a really good idea for those days where I'm like not wearing makeup and I'm just like, then get yourself some kind of nice drink. Depends on what you do. I don't ever drink coffee or caffeinated tea, but I do drink herbal tea, and I have some favorite fizzy drinks I like from Trader Joe's. I know how to make Italian sodas, and of course my favorite, my fallback is always ice water with lots of ice. And I don't like straws. I like the taste of the water going over the ice and the ice being right there, so it's super cold. So get yourself some kind of nice drink, and while you're drinking it, think of your next starting point. Okay, after I drink this, what am I going to do next? And it might help you get into something productive. Okay, we're going to do something that's a little bit different here. Our chickens have really been laying the eggs. We're getting eggs all over. We have 8 chickens, and they've all come into their own and are laying eggs. I read that you can freeze them whole, and this is how you do it. So we're going to try it. You get some of these just regular ice cube trays. I just got these from Amazon. The directions I read were that you want to just get regular sized ice cube trays. I'm like wondering, what if you had great big eggs? Could this be big enough? I don't know. Our eggs are pretty small. I think this will work. And then what you do is you put it in the freezer like it is for a few hours. I don't know how long. And then after they're frozen, you can just take them out and put them in a Ziploc bag. Then when you need them, you just take one, let it defrost, and then they're really good for using like in baking. So my husband said he washed these, but then he told me, you should wash them again. And I was like, well, thank you. I just ate some eggs and I didn't wash them. He goes, oh, that should be okay. I washed them. But you should wash them again. I hope I'm not going to get ptomaine poisoning or some kind of weird stuff. So you see, they're kind of little eggs. And we've got 2 colors of brown and then the green. And it's the black and white chickens that lay the green eggs, I understand. So let's see how this works out. I don't know why this is making me nervous. I get nervous about new things sometimes. Okay, it's too big for that. I don't know. So, then it's going to be hard to get it out. What I need to do here, I will freeze 2 eggs. And see how this is going to work if I need to buy some more of these freezer trays. So, good experiment. I don't think that's going to work. Well, that was a thought. We're going to go work on the refrigerator now. We'll celebrate when I get that done. I don't want you to have to be miserable when you see me doing this. So maybe if I put it sideways, you won't have to see all the gross stuff so much. One thing they recommend is taking a walk around outside. And I used to do that when I was working. And I get frustrated or things weren't going well or I just get really tired. I would go out and walk around the building. I didn't like speed walk or anything. I'm not into that. But I could walk around that building 3 times in 10 minutes. And it did always make me feel better. Okay, here's my poor sourdough starter. Okay, it's not in great shape, but it's not... but it's safe. So that's one of the things we're going to do is we're going to fix it. Because this is the kind of thing that will happen to it when it's sitting in the refrigerator. And you'll get this hooch and mine gets dry on the top. Some people would think, oh, that's bad, you need to throw it away. But no, I just need to fix it. So we're going to fix it. Every single day for a couple weeks I've had that on my list of things to do. Check the sourdough starter. Sorry for the beeping. What I tend to do in my mind, it starts getting gross. And this is what has prevented me from working on the refrigerator. I start imagining all of the gross, toxic waste foods in there. I've always been a little skittish about stuff like that. My husband has always been the one who helped the kids when they were throwing up. And so just imagining that stuff, so the more it goes on, the less I want to do it. That just needs to be used. I need to be reminded of what this is. I need to ask my husband. I'm pretty sure that's something I made, and it's still good. But do you think I could remember? No. Oh, I know what it is. It's peach butter. You see, this is more like, it's like the texture of applesauce. I have my grandmother's applesauce cookie recipe. I wonder if that could be used to make those cookies. But I should try to boil it down maybe and see if I can make it into butter. I made some raspberry peach jam. And here's a little teeny thing of it that nobody knows what it is. Okay, I gotta see if this is still good. And this is still good. So my granddaughter made those rolls, and one of the things I'm going to do is to make those oatmeal pumpkin chocolate chip cookies I told you about. She should have put it in another container, but at least she put a lid on it. More eggs. And that doesn't count the eggs that they're laying, every single day. Oh, goodness. Clean this top part first. Go back to our main topic. So, one of the guys suggests that you, besides having what I'm going to do on a bad day plan, he also has a do no damage plan, because sometimes when you're not feeling good, you're having a really bad day, and then you get in a really bad mood, and that's the time when you say and do things that you later regret. Maybe overshop or complain or get mad at somebody or start talking bad about yourself or treat yourself poorly, and then you end up doing damage. So if you have a plan about, if I want to do this, I'm going to do this instead. I learned to do that when I was working, because sometimes things would happen and I start feeling so stressed inside, and I could feel it just like building up, building up, building up. And it was almost like I wanted to explode and talk to whoever had said or done that thing. That's when I made the mistakes. So I learned I just have to sit in my office and wait for that feeling to pass, because it will pass. If you're not trying to push it away and you're just experiencing it, it will go away faster. And that would be a time like I would go out and walk around the building until I started to feel better. But I did learn that in meditation. When you have those feelings, just sit and experience them, because your body needs to feel them, and let them go through you, and then they will go away. It's just when you're doing this, I shouldn't feel this way, it's just like this internal, gotta make this go away, that it gets worse and worse and worse. If you let it go underground, it will just keep going up and up and up and up. Okay, let's clean out this refrigerator. I can turn this around now because it just needs to be cleaned out. It's not super gross anymore. Thank you for being here with me, because anytime I do one of these chores and I'm talking to you, I get so busy talking to you that I forget to remember how much I hate the chore. And you're having a bad day, or you have to do something you don't like, pretend you're talking to somebody. Pretend you're starting a YouTube channel and you're talking to the camera. One or two things will happen. Everybody will know I am filming a video, or they'll think I'm talking to them and go, "What do you want?" I'll say, "No, I'm just talking to my friends. I don't want to go to all the bother of taking it out. Glass doesn't stain. I just can't get this part off. I'm going to have to surrender and take this out." So if you don't want to talk to yourself like I do, or talk to the camera like I do, listen to some music. Listen to a movie, listen to a YouTube video, just feeling some very friendly person is there with you. And I'll tell you what I got, and I love it. At first I thought, well, it might be a waste. So I tried the free subscription, and then I loved it so much I keep it, and it's Spotify. It's because I get tired of the music I have, but I have certain kinds that I like, certain styles that I like. And I don't know which artists have that kind of music, and then it costs you like $10, $12 to buy an album. So the membership is $11.99. In Utah, it costs $12.88 because of the sales tax. And it has all kinds of playlists and different artists. And once it gets to know you, what kind of music you like, it will suggest new playlists. And you can also listen to podcasts on Spotify and books. So you have a large library of books. A lot of books that you'd heard, so you don't have to have Audible too. I gotta put that back in there first, don't I? I don't really listen to books because my mind goes so fast and the books go so slow, I get bored by them. Okay, let's go over here again. Okay, too many eggs. Let's see now. Putting your stuff in these so they're divided up makes things so much easier. Da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. And this goes, it will fit in there. Some jam. This is some peach salsa I made, just to see That's still good. Gary made some wonderful spaghetti sauce. Getting ready to throw stuff away. Where did I put it? I just put it somewhere. I just had it in my hand. I must have put it in that garbage bag. My pie crust that I need to use up. This is the dairy and the cream cheese. The dog food. Oh no, that's one serving of the soup I made. The pumpkin for the cookies we're going to make. Got to get into the drawers, and I know we've got some unfortunate stuff in here. And that's bad, but it's not all grody in there. That's good. So I can just wipe this out. That's pleasant. I had ordered some limes, and I forgot I'd ordered some limes, so I ordered some more limes because I like limes. I'm actually not supposed to be eating citrus with my reflux, but you're not going to give up a squeeze of lime or a squeeze of lemon. I don't eat oranges. I won't eat a grapefruit. We'll have a recipe for this like lemon pudding thing, and it's kind of like lava cake where you have a cake on the outside and then the pudding in the middle, and it does it by itself. So you just put the ingredients in a pan and bake it, and on its own you get the cake on the top and the pudding on the bottom. It's so good. And I have a lava cake that's like that, super easy. I haven't made it in years. I should make it. Let's talk about this other thing for a minute. Here's someone that talks about meditation, and they're talking about the kind that I do, where the focus is just on getting yourself back to where you actually are instead of worrying about the future or the past. That's good. I get in this drawer the most and make sure that the meat and stuff is okay. Anyway, back about meditation. When you're thinking about breathing, you're not doing big breaths. You might do a big breath or two just to kind of reset you, but then you're just doing normal breathing. It's just like you're kind of aware of it. What I don't like about this refrigerator is this stuff will get in these little places and you can't get them out. Anyway, the idea is just get yourself here in the present. You can notice how you're feeling, like your emotions. You can do things like just notice how it sounds. Like there's certain places in my house I can hear the traffic, or you can hear people walking around and opening and closing doors. Right now you can hear this darn beep. When I went through that major depression, and by major I mean it was major, I was in serious trouble there for a while. What helped me the most, I did have some medication and stuff, but I don't think that helped me as much when I learned to get hold of my thinking. I had assumed that your thoughts were more like the ocean. You know, they just come and hit you. They're kind of uncontrollable, and you just trying to ride them. But I found out, no, they're like water in a ditch. So my grandpa was a farmer, and in Utah, they have to irrigate. We don't get hardly any rain. Not enough rain to support farmers. And so snow is really important because it comes down from the mountain, and that's the water that they get to irrigate. So you have these ditches. Look at this. It is complete. All we have to do is dump out this other stuff. Yes! About the ditches, this is an important point. So you'd have these soil ditches and they'd have little dams. These were old farms, so the little dams were made out of wood. They were just like little wood gates. What they would do, when it was their water turn, they'd open the gate. And so they'd let the water out and soak the soil. And then when their turn was over, they'd put the dam in. And that's how we watered our yard too. I remember so clearly my dad going and putting the gate in the main ditch, and then it would come into our yard, and he had some different like ditches and gates where he would put it onto the backyard or put it onto the garden. If you think of your thoughts that way, that it's really like water in a ditch, so when they start going the wrong direction, you can put a gate in there, which is you're talking back to your thoughts. It's like, no, that's not true. Or, I've been through hard times. I can get through this. You know, in 5 years, I'm going to be 5 years older. This is all going to be over. I don't agree with that. You know, just whatever. You're talking back to your thoughts because you don't have to run with that first thought. If you do that, that can really help you manage a bad day, because a lot of the bad days have to do with what you're thinking about the bad day. Because we all have unfortunate things happen, but even then it's what you think about them that makes it harder. So if you can direct your thoughts in another direction, then it will get better. Okay. My favorite part now, I'm going to have a positive thought about it, about how nice it's going to be once all this gross food is down the disposal. And I don't have to think about it anymore. Now, if you have a tighter lid, you won't see this crust on the top, but you're not supposed to have a real tight lid on it. Oh, like that's going to come out really easily. Because this has got that fabric one, then it gets a crust on the top. If you have a different kind of lid, you'll get more of the liquid hooch. It's like this kind of gray liquid. That just means that your starter needs to be fed. And people always look at it and they'll go, oh, my starter's ruined. But no, it's just hooch. And this is a bottle that's especially for sourdough. So I don't know if this is expected, probably. But even though, you know, I always have this stuff I have to take off the top, if I leave the sourdough for any length of time, it's like it protects it, because down here at this part where it's good, it's still bubbly. I could technically use this today, but I'm going to get it going again. So this is what I pulled off the top. That just came off really easily, and I didn't have any hooch underneath. It's like it protects it. The more you use your sourdough, the less of a crust you'll have. Sometimes you don't have any if you're using it like from day to day. If you look in there, you see it's still bubbly. It's actually pretty good, and it's really easy to do. I learned how to do this from Lisa on Farmhouse on Boone. So you don't have to do all that weighing and fussing around that most people talk about. All you want to do is to put enough flour and water in there that you end up with something like thick pancake batter. And I'm just going to start stirring it up, and if it's too dry, then I put some more water in till it gets to be like pancake batter. And if I happen to put too water in, I can just put some more flour in. Now you're just going to put this little top on again. Use this little elastic that comes with this so you can see where it starts. So you don't have to do this every time. I'm just doing this because I am getting it going again, because I neglected it for so long. I am making progress. This is going on pretty long though. I think what we're going to do, because I want to have enough time to really focus on the reward part of this whole process, right? You'll be back. Bye.